Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all those of you in between, it is I, your host and Dungeon Master, Cranio Dad. Tonight we are coming back to this beautiful lair where our wonderful band of misfits have recently felled a young blue dragon, their first dragon of this campaign, and are on a quest to find Okotent, the lizard folk queen, deep beneath the earth. On the other side of the intro, we'll introduce our players and our characters, and we're going to dive right into it tonight, because we have the rest of this dungeon to get through. Thank you so much for being here. See you on the other side of the intro. I agree.
So did you produce that all yourself?
I did, yeah.
Man.
I did, and welcome everyone. Here we go. Let's go around the horn and say who is whom. Let's start with Calder.
I am playing Calder Svensson. I'm the Nerdy Viking on Twitter and here, and so we just killed our first dragon, and looking forward to see what else this underground layer has to offer.
Deluge.
Hey everybody, Shannon Logic across all the internet, and I play Deluge Marshhand, the level, what are we, 6? 5?
We have not leveled because you haven't had a long rest yet.
Right. So we're level 5 Bard who just wants her friends to trust her because she's never made a poor choice in her life.
That's fair.
So.
That's fair. Oddity.
Hi, I'm Kayla, also known as Ms. Misery, and I am playing Oddity Price, the level 5 Saltmarsh sorcerer. Or misfortune teller.
Misfortune teller, sorcerer, everything. A little bit of jack of all trades, I think, getting ready to go on. Rogelio.
Hello, I'm Eric, known as Chancellor 87. I'm Rogelio, human old man rogue. Looking forward to breaking my hip later.
Last but not least, Circes.
Hey everybody, I am Wily Hobbit, playing the Bronze Dragonborn Oath of the Ancients Paladin of Lathander, Circes Bronzemist, and just killed, I guess, kind of my arch nemesis in dragon form. We're both electricians, so to speak, but he's of the evil variety, and of course I'm wonderful.
Wonderful. Yes, and again, I am your host, Dungeon Master Cranio Dad. I will be playing everyone else. Our lovable band of misfits were sent by request to go retrieve Queen Okotent, who had been taken by Caldera. And they found their way into a lair, and they defeated a young blue dragon in their lair. Only 2 people fell, which actually was impressive. They'd taken a short rest and had some bardic inspiration, or with the Song of Rest, right? That's what it was, the Song of Rest.
Mm-hmm.
And were able to heal up nicely, and they are making a decision about where to go. Don't forget, dear viewers, you can influence this campaign with Dissonant Whispers. This will be the only disclaimer that I give tonight. Dissonance Whispers, by the way, you guys have 6. They are pre-roll advantage for our players, or they can invoke pre-roll disadvantage on me as the DM on anything except for death saves, is I think where we've ruled it at this point. So, all that being said, by the way, who has the frog now?
Oh yeah,
I did.
Deluge.
Yeah,
Deluge has the frog now.
Deluge has the frog. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and dive on in. You guys in roll 20?
Yep.
All right. So this is where we last left you all. You had taken your short rest. Circe had done a little bit of investigation, found that there is a door to the south and a door to the north. I'll kind of ping those just in case you cannot see them on your map. There's a door there and a door there. There's also 2 doors here, one here and one here. They all appear to be locked, with the exception of this one here. It does not appear to be locked. And there's a hallway that goes to the south over here.
What are those things on the floor there?
These are the little anglerfish of light.
Oh, okay. I
The
forgot
dancing
about
lights.
those.
My fishies.
And you have 4 now, right? One-
I have 4.
One was
but one
destroyed.
got
You took a
eaten.
short rest, so you can have one back.
Yay! My fishies.
Well, should we investigate one of these doors and see? I think we need to route this place out. The dragon is down, thank goodness, but who knows what else lies in this dungeon?
Also, on our way out, we should pull some scales off.
To what end?
It's a good region for some people, and it sells well. Teeth and claws as well.
I see. Very well.
You know, if you've ever been short for money,
Which?
you could always take 1 or 2 from your side or anything like that if you never needed it.
I see. Interesting. Well, should we take a look at these doors here?
Sure, if we're
Yeah.
gonna just gloss over my now thought process of descaling.
So you guys are going to move on or descale?
I guess we should.
It's on the way out, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Why don't you check that door there, Circe?
All right then. I'll check the door to see if it's locked or what have you.
The door to the north? This one here? Or
No,
that-
I'm down in front of the door
That
to
one
the
there,
south.
it is a heavy oak reinforced branded door, or banded door with a single key. It appears to be locked.
Well, anyone have a key on them?
Yes, nobody happened to find a key anywhere, did they?
Well, we didn't really look.
Not through your investigation of the Blue Dragon while you guys were taking your short rest. You did not find a key.
Well, we have several nefarious people here, so we might be able to pick them.
I suppose I can take a look at it.
Yes, well, let me get out of my way, friend. I would, just one moment while I consult my character sheet here briefly. Yeah, never mind.
Can I check for any traps?
You absolutely may. Roll me an investigation, please.
Okay. Look at my
Thought I had the guidance cantrip, but I do not.
That is a 13.
It does not appear to be trapped.
All right, well, let's just open this up. I'm gonna attempt to pick the lock now.
Go for it.
Okay. 23.
All right, you're able
Nice.
to get you're able to get a couple pieces of thin metal into the lock itself. You're able to find a couple of the pins. You jiggle it around a little bit. You feel like it's going to be pretty easy. It gets about 3/4 of the way, and you feel like it's getting stuck just a little bit. You kind of back out a little bit. You find the 3rd pin that you didn't know existed. You thought it was a 2-pin lock, and you're able to turn it the rest of the way. You hear a large metal clank that echoes and reverberates throughout the entire chamber,
That seems fine.
and the door opens.
Okay.
And my music stopped because I forgot to change something. That's cute. I love this. You guys are able to hear music for about 30 seconds. Sorry, guys. There we go. You guys go ahead. Oh, I got to move you, don't I?
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can. I'm happy going first if you prefer.
I stepped through the threshold already.
Very well.
I'm just gonna step through the threshold and take a look at what I can see.
You see a long hallway that leads out into the darkness in front of you. The hallway is about 20 feet wide and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 feet long.
Okay.
Beyond that, you see darkness.
Oh, seriously, be my guest.
Yes,
Where's my
I'd
little
be happy to
fishy?
take the lead. Is everybody coming along then?
Just don't put me in the back.
Whoops.
Come on.
Where am I? There I am. All right then. So,
Fishes.
what's going on there? Looks like there's a chamber down here.
Oh, wait, back up. Right here. Right here is fine.
That's always good news.
Yep. So as you're walking across, kind of looking along the walls, watching these amazing, cute little fish, anglerfish that normally look ugly, but they're iridescent with light, and they give you this warm feeling of protection and safety. Drift on beyond you as little globules do. You take one step, you take another step. When you take that second step, the ground beneath you is no longer there. I need a dexterity saving throw as a 20-foot pit trap opens up beneath you.
Oh, I'm immune to those.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's good. That's good.
No, I'm just kidding. Let's see, dex save. That's an 8 on the die. Plus 2 is a 10. I'm guessing that's probably not too awesome.
No, that's just short. You fall
Okay.
20 feet, so roll me 2d8, please.
2d8.
Yep.
Owie. Sucks being heavy and encumbered with armor. That'll be 13.
I see what you're saying in chat, Chancellor. I will fix that now. You said a 13, so you take 13
sir.
damage. Now
So
I need you to roll me a percentile die. This will let me know if there's spikes in the bottom of this pit.
Oh boy.
You do not need me to roll. These aren't the droids. Yeah, not working, is it? That is a 52. 5-2.
5-2, just enough to crest over the threshold that there are not any spikes.
See, I told you I'm immune to pit traps.
But you can see the holes where the spikes probably would be. You just didn't
Okay.
trigger them.
Good news is there's no spikes down here.
That's good. Are you
Yellow.
all right?
Well, I mean, that didn't feel the best, but not dead. I'll start checking, make sure I'm not broken. I do have some rope. Perhaps we could affix it to something or someone.
I'm gonna toss it up, and I think maybe the collective group of us could lift you up.
Is there anything, before you do that, is there anything in the pit I can just do an investigation, see if there's anything
Yes, you may.
interesting? That would be a net 4.
You appear to find nothing.
Very well. Look, appears just a pit, an unfortunate pit. Damn. All right then. So
Have you
I'll
tried?
toss- I'm sorry.
Did you try shimmying? Usually that gets people out of.
Shimmying.
Yes, I was
Shimmying
told that
on-
about wells. I figured this applies.
No, I believe this will be a job for a rope. But thank you for the suggestion.
No problem.
Dragon Jimmy.
As a full-aged dragonborn,
Fairly heavy.
how much do you weigh?
Yeah, I'm looking for that right now. I'm pretty sure it's like 290 pounds.
I think so, yeah, like 290, 300.
6'7", 290 is what I've got on my.
Yep, just making sure so I know what the strength checks need to be.
Yeah.
So you guys decide to send down a rope?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna look around at everybody up here, and I'm definitely gonna need a hand with this one.
By the way, those of you up top can see there's about a foot all the way around that will make a thin ledge that you would have to traverse in order not to fall into the pit in order to continue down this hallway.
How long is the pit?
It is 20 feet long and about 20 feet wide.
Whew. Big
Oh.
old pit.
It's a 20 by 20 by 20. Or 19 by 19 by 20. For our metric users, can't help you. All right, so you pass down the rope. And Circes, what do you do with the rope when you receive it?
I will affix it around my waist and then be able to kind of maybe walk up the wall a little bit if they'll pull me.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to just be, hanging dead weight. Are
So
these
who's
walls like incredibly smooth? Are they stacked stone?
they're
hewn?
sandstone.
So I could maybe get my toes a little bit, sort of, walk up the wall.
Yeah.
Kind of reverse rappel.
Yeah. How
Is
much
that a thing?
how much protein have you had so I can see what your keratin levels are at?
Yes.
See if your toenails break.
So did we switch to Pathfinder? What just happened right there?
No, you're good. You're good. So who's going to assist Rogelio?
I will help the old man.
Oh, you're gonna
I
throw
got
out
guns
my
and
back.
steel.
I'll get in the least important position and help.
Well, you can just stay over there, I guess, Calder.
Can you hear?
I'll come over there and help. So I'll be over there to help out. Help
I
lift.
pulled my, definitely hurt my back. I rolled a 4.
It's with advantage because you're being helped.
No. Whew. That's still not great.
It's a 5.
Actually, it's a 9.
A 9.
Yes.
All right, so Circes, you dig
Yeah.
your toes in. The rest of you are all on the rope in some way, shape, or form. You got Rogelio digging his heels in hard. Got that rope wrapped around his wrist twice. And Circes, you're feeling good about it. You get that first leg. You kind of dig your toes in a little bit. You find a little crease, and you're able to kind of lift yourself up, and you feel pretty stable. You get another leg up. Feel pretty good. You're feeling all right. You grab that rope really tight. You start taking a few more steps up. You're about 10 feet off the ground. You're about halfway there. You could almost reach up and grab the top. When all of you feel the rope lurch forward and you all fall into the pit. Dexterity saving throws for everyone, please. Including Circes, who is falling onto his back into the pit. Pits may be your guys' doors. We'll find out.
I have an 18 this time.
You are fine. You're able to kind of like flex a little bit, and you roll over using all that strength that you have as a dragonborn, and you come into a 3-point landing on the floor. But I need a percentile die to see if you hit the pressure plate to trigger the spikes.
Oh my god.
No.
All right, the rest of you, what are your rolls, please?
78, Mike. Was it Mike?
Michael, but yeah.
I don't know where that came from. Cranium,
it's-
78.
It's all good. 78, you now see that there are, with that 78, you see that there are about 10 pressure plates scattered throughout the floor that look primed with springs to launch whatever's in these holes up.
I'll call it out to my party members who are falling helplessly.
Try not to fall on one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your guys' deck saves?
I got an
19.
18.
18, 19?
16.
Okay. All right.
Save is 0.
Okay. So, Oddity, you go ahead and roll me 2d8s, please. Because your roll was so low, that puts you at disadvantage on your percentile die roll. I need percentile dice from everyone, please.
Including me again?
No, you're good. You're good. This is for them to avoid landing on the pressure plates.
31.
31. Okay. What was your save roll?
16.
Okay.
I got a 70.
Okay.
I got a 49%.
And what was your save?
19.
Okay. And Oddity,
Yeah.
what was your percentile die roll?
67.
67, and that's off of your 4, and that's with disadvantage, right? You're rolling percentile die at disadvantage
Oh, okay.
because you rolled less than a 10% or 10 on your save. 54. Okay. Let me check my notes. All right, so Rogelio, Calder, Deluge, and Oddity. All of you land on the floor, scattered throughout the room. Rope still tied. It's 2 of you. The only person who took any damage was Oddity. And when Oddity kind of gets up and she brushes herself off, she kind of does like the whole like, God, I can't believe I did that. And she stamps her foot down. At that point in time, you guys hear a soft thud. And throughout the entire floor, 5-foot long iron spikes come jutting up through the floor. Who has a passive perception greater than 14? Actually, I think you guys would all hear it. But I know, yeah, Oddity, you definitely would hear this.
What the hell is that?
Oddity, you start to hear the sounds of gear work. The
Can I cast Misty Step?
you absolutely can.
Oh, and to the far side of the
Okay.
the thing.
So you misty step out?
Yep.
I'll give you an opportunity. Yep, you misty step out. Yep. What are the rest of you doing?
Who would be the next lightest in the party? Would that be Rogelio, do you think?
Lightest? Wouldn't it be Deluge?
I don't know.
It's probably Deluge or I.
I have an idea. I can cast a spell that would enable me to send spectral vines to wrap around Oddity, and perhaps she could anchor herself to the wall in some fashion, and then we could each climb up there and then hang on, lightest to heaviest, and then hang on until the heaviest of us, namely me, can ascend the vines. I don't know what else to do. I mean, but because when this vine goes up there, it'll grapple her and wrap around her, so she won't have to hold on to it.
I'll allow it.
Will Oddity allow it?
Will Oddity allow it?
Somebody
I mean,
very,
I
somebody
can get
very
us
light
all out
would.
of here. Cough.
Oh, and how's that? He says skeptically.
I can summon a giant tentacle for us to walk out of.
In.
A giant tentacle.
Yes, we can lift ourselves up with a giant.
You know,
This is true.
First we got a fuzzy wand, and now there's a tentacle. I'm not sure I want to know where this game is going.
From what kind of tentacle are we talking about here?
Well, it's. I won't lie.
Careful what
Okay?
words you
It's
use.
gonna be a little. It's. Okay. Promise you won't think I'm weird.
I already think you're weird, and I love you dearly, but just go on. Yes.
Okay, it's gonna be a 10-foot long tentacle, so it'll get us most of the way, at least away from whatever the fuck is about to stab us. And it's made of water. It's a very wet tentacle.
Perhaps we could use it and the vine together to get us out.
Sure, why not?
Something to hang on to while we scramble up this tentacle. Because if it's only going 10 feet, then the vine will get us the rest of the way.
I mean, it's a grower, it's not a shower, so, like...
Oh god!
It's very sensitive, though, so you can't, just don't piss off the tentacle.
I rolled a 14 on my insight. I think Circe is fairly naive, being 19. So I don't know if he's going to be oblivious to her innuendo.
What was your insight? 14? You're getting like that feeling of, I think I know what this is, but I don't know what this is, and I don't know how I feel about that right now.
Right. Well, I just want to get my tail out of here. And I appreciate your idea. Perhaps we can work together on this, but we probably should
By
do
the
it
way,
quickly.
Oddity, roll me a perception check really quick. Because you went to the far side, right?
Yep. 12.
Okay, that's enough. So from your position, you are able to hear that clicking sound is a little bit louder. You look around and you can see that the ceiling is getting lower and lower and lower.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're losing ceiling height. We need to get out. I'm not sure if we have to get out of this room altogether or the hallway or something, but we need to get out of here now.
Okay.
Okay, Tentacle, come on out. Greg, let's do this.
Wait, are we going in? Are we going back out?
I don't know. What's the plan? All I have is Tentacle, guys. That's all I have going on.
Let's keep going forward.
Okay.
But let's do it quickly.
And we'll be
Alright, so
right
what's
back.
gonna happen
Hold
here,
on, we'll be
obviously,
right
is
back
that-
while Nerdy Viking reconnects.
Everything is fine.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
Going forward.
So, you summon your spectral weird vines, and I summon my totally normal tentacle made out of water named Greg.
Okay.
And I use Greg to grab us and lift us as high as he can.
Okay. Perhaps. So, Oddity, this vine wraps around you, just grapples you.
Hey.
Just do your best to stay where you are. Let's send the smallest up first, and then they can go up there and help her hold this vine as we all ascend. And the more people get up there, the more people can hold on. How does that sound?
Sounds peachy. Let's do it.
Works for me.
Very well.
Rogelio is the lightest and frailest of all of us. You should be next.
It's true, my bones are basically hollow.
So you're like a bird?
He's 6'2", but only weighs about 45 pounds. All right, so you guys feel this tentacle wrap around you and lift you up. Oddity, you feel these vines just kind of pin you to the wall, and you see these vines like shoot out and kind of work their way down towards the pit, and you feel some pressure. Who is climbing up first?
I guess I'll go up first.
So, Rogelio, you start to climb. Just give me a dexterity check, please.
Okay. That is a 18.
18. With ease, you're able to nimbly crawl up the vine. And you see Oddity kind of like against the wall, like, what the fuck is happening? And she's like trying to point, and she's like, the ceiling is fucking closing. And you look behind you, and you guys have about 8 feet of space left.
This is good. This is good. For like the whole tunnel?
8 feet of space between the lip of the pit and where the ceiling is now. It has come down about 12 feet.
Are we on the far side? Are we on the side of the pit away from the door or on the door side?
Yeah, we went to the far side. Oddity did.
Okay.
We gotta start climbing. Climb
Let's,
faster.
Go, 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 go. Deluge is climbing up every
Dex checks.
15, please.
You're good?
Who's next up?
Just go. Anybody, all of you, go.
I think Calder's next.
I get Dex check.
Yep.
That is going to be.
God damn it.
A 22.
You're fine. A 5. All right,
Greg
so
is just gonna throw him up.
Greg is gonna like throw you. You feel like a little attaboy, good job, pat on the butt for baseball from Greg the tentacle, and you like get a little giddy up in your pickup, and you get up to the top, and as you get through, you feel the heavy sandstone ceiling slide into the crevice behind you. You hear the squishiness of Greg as he gets flattened, and then dissipates. The air seems still.
Well, I apologize. I was not being careful enough.
It's alright, I'm sure this hall's not full of more
Can I
traps.
release that vine since it's my own channel divinity?
Yes. And as you say, I'm sorry, you realize that your voice now has an echo that it didn't really have before. There was a little bit of an echo. Now your voice is reverberating off the walls.
Okay. I look around. So what's ahead of us?
You have a little bit more hallway.
Whoop. Where the hell?
Shoot my
Where's
little
this go?
lights down there.
Where am I? There I am. Whoop. What's happening? Roll 20's being dorky. There we go.
So down further south, the room opens up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet by about 90 feet. It's a large square room. Throughout the room.
Can I just... Never mind.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say what happened there since Circe just moved ahead. Mahalia was carefully going around to peer around the corner, and Circe just walks around the corner.
Everybody roll initiative. There's 14 dragons and 5 orcs. No, the room is actually filled with stacks of gold and silver and jewels.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. We're gonna Scrooge McDuck this and try to fit as much as we can in our pockets.
Perhaps we can
Okay.
come back for this later.
I'm gonna be the one to point out the obvious, so this is probably a
Well, then again, we just did kill a dragon, and dragons typically have a horde, so I would imagine this could be its horde.
Could be.
I mean, do you want to touch the possibly trapped gold? Because I don't want to. And I'm the greediest one of...
Are there any stones about on the floor or anything?
We could throw Frank.
There's some loose stone, yeah.
I just want to pick one up and toss it onto the pile of gold.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Okay.
I just want to see how hard you throw the stone.
Won't be very hard. 3.
So Rogelio like bends down, picks up the stone, he's like tossing it around and filling his fingers like, hey, this is a good skipping stone. He rears back and he throws it and it lands like 7 feet in front of him, just like a plop. But it rolls into a tower of golden coins, and the coins fall over, and you hear the telltale sound of gold upon silver upon platinum.
Well, I mean, it seems real enough, but that doesn't mean then some kind of trap or something. I mean, he is a dragon. I'm sure he wants to protect his horde. Is there any doors
That's
out of here?
true.
Not that you see.
And where the ceiling came down over the pit, is there now just like a solid slab of stone blocking the way?
No, you saw darkness. It went up a ways.
Oh, so the thing came down, but now there's like a... We could still get back to the door if we wanted to.
You're going to have to probably climb, but yeah. Maybe, you think.
Okay. I mean...
Do we see anything else in this room? Like besides the just
Give me an investigation check.
that will be a 12.
Again, gold, silver, platinum, copper. There's some weapons. There's jewels. There's jewelry boxes. There's treasure cache. There is a pedestal in the middle of the room that seems to be holding a purple-ish jewel that's about the size of a grapefruit.
Weren't we after a jewel?
I mean, I don't know if you guys are, but I certainly now am. And I'm gonna start walking toward.
Okay. Are you just walking across the gold? Or are you trying to find a pathway to where you don't step on it?
I'm gonna try and find a pathway, because maybe
Okay.
stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
Give
Didn't
me...
we come here to retrieve a diamond, a jewel, or some such? A stone?
No, a queen!
Oh, that's all right.
Give me the check that makes the most sense. Probably acrobatics.
Okie dokie, I can certainly. That's gonna be a 22.
Okay, you're able to nimbly step where there seems to be no coins, making sure that you're not knocking any additional over. You're able to make it to where you are within arm's reach of the jewel. As you approach it, you feel something different. The air is still very still, but it's a little colder. Not like frozen, anything like that, but it's a little chilly. Now that you're kind of there, you don't know if it's because of the gem. You don't know if it's because of the area. You are in the middle of a very large room, deep underground. It could have a lot of different reasons, but you do recognize the fact that it's a little bit colder here. But you could reach out and grab it if you want.
I'm gonna just investigate the area around it real quick, the pedestal specifically that it's.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
See if I notice any triggers or traps.
While she's doing that,
17.
From what you can tell, there are no traps. It looks as though the pedestal is made out of probably granite, and it has got a cup on top that this jewel is sitting in.
Should I do this?
just a moment. Before she touches anything, I'd like to use an action to use my divine sense to detect good and evil, so I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the duration of any location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
Okay, you cast the spell and you receive nothing.
None of the
Besides your hand, of course, your finger.
None of the weapons.
No, nothing really sticks out.
Okay. I don't have any other means to determine if this is a good idea or not.
I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Do it. Touch it. Don't worry, if something bad happens, I'll be sure to end you before it gets out of control.
Gee, thanks.
I kind of wink at her.
How long do you think it's been since Rogelio threw that rock very admirably and slid it into that pile of gold? Probably about
8 hours.
Probably about five or so minutes.
Plenty of time for any effects to have gone off.
We'll say it's been about 5 to 10 minutes. All right, cool. So do you reach out and just grab it?
I'm gonna poke it first.
Okay. You reach out to poke it. It feels like a gemstone should. It does respond to your touch to where, it's definitely there. You go to poke it and you're not able to really move it out of the cup. It seems to be seated in the cup.
All right, I'm gonna take that and the cup.
Well, the cup is part of the pillar. So it's like if the cup had was a cup. It seems to go into the cup a little bit to where you can't just like push it over. So it, like maybe it moves just a little bit, but not like it doesn't fall over. If that makes sense.
All right, I guess I'm gonna just take.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna look around and see if there's a really nice long sword. Any other like one-handed martial weapons?
Give me an investigation check.
Well, I guess we're just investigating the treasure pile now.
I'm looking with my eyes. God,
You can just add it as another item. Just say purple gem from room 6.
That's a 5, Cranial.
A 5. You see some long swords, maybe a couple of pikes, maybe a couple of battle axes on posts. You know, there's a few things. Nothing really catches your eye.
Well, I'd like to grab a longsword if I may.
Okay.
And some other one-handed thing.
Okay.
Are there any pointy swords that Rogelio likes?
Like a scimitar. I'll grab a scimitar and a longsword.
Scimitar and longsword. Give me an investigation check, Rogelio.
8.
It's kind of the same thing. You see an assortment. Nothing really catches your eye. There's a few things.
These dice suck.
Yeah, I got one in jail.
So you said there's battle axes around there?
Yeah, battle axes affixed to 6-foot long poles. Like long range, like if you were to think like a boarding axe with reach.
Ooh.
Okay. So I'll just keep my trusty axes that I have right now.
Okay. Oddity? You doing anything in particular or looking for anything in particular?
Just looking around. She doesn't trust anything.
Okay. So, we have Deluge has grabbed the gem. Rogelio, what all did you grab?
Oh, I didn't grab anything.
All right. And
I'm gonna look at that scimitar and longsword and pick them each up.
okay.
I need
They feel
my weapons.
Yeah, they feel like a scimitar and longsword in your hands. They feel well balanced. Maybe a little decorative, but still functional.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the curse can't just apply to the gold, if there is a curse or trap.
I mean, it could.
So does that mean we can pick out the copper? I just want this money.
We should probably leave before something happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. We could always come back here. I think we should probably move on, clear out the rest of this.
I'm gonna affix my halberd to my back like I would if I were road traveling,
Okay.
and have my longsword and scimitar out.
Okay.
It just occurred to me that I have not been taking advantage of my two-weapon fighting style, or two-handed fighting style. I need to start doing that.
All right. So, Deluge, give me another acrobatics check to make your way back across, or you can just walk freely. It's up to you.
I'm gonna go acrobatics check just because.
Okay.
Let's see, that's gonna be a 15.
15. You were fine. So you're back with your party?
Yep.
All right.
Well, I suppose we should go.
Yeah, we kind of queen to save, I think.
Yeah.
Two-weapon fighting. Farewell.
We know this room is here full of this, so if we clear everybody out, we could potentially come back and levy, like, secure that trap, and maybe put down a planks or a drawbridge, like a bridge, and then we can move all the gold out. But
Yeah.
Yeah, greed's gonna be the death of us all. Let's go.
Yep, let's go.
All right. So you guys work your way back up the hallway. You see you have about a 5-foot climb, and then it looks dark up above, which tells you that if this thing went down to the bottom, which it very easily could have, that this block was about 25 feet tall. You see 4 different chains that are holding it in place, leading up into the ceiling.
This is quite a quite a contraption.
It is.
mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna try to vault my way over real quick.
Go for it. Give me a acrobatics.
It's a 21.
21. You're fine. You do like a combat roll in the air. You land on 3-point stance on the other side.
Ooh, if the old guy can do it, I can do it. I want to do that.
Okay, acrobatics.
It's gonna be 9.
You're able to. You land in a messy 3-point stance, but you're still able to do it.
Ta-da!
I'll wait until everybody else is gone, and then I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. Oddity, Calder, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up there as well. Yeah, climb back up over.
For climbing, I'm not even gonna make you do checks. It's only 5 feet. You guys are okay. And you get over the.
Only 5 foot.
Well, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. You get over to the other side. You see the doorway in front of you. You have about 10 feet between you and the door.
Very well. I'm bringing up the rear, so whoever's in front, off you go.
Okay. All right. Do we want to check this other door? Or should we? I mean, this is now just choose a door, maybe
Yep.
die.
Pretty much.
Well, now that you guys have left the room.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't say that.
So, Deluge, you still have that gem and everything is fine with that. However, as you cross over the threshold, Circe,
God dang it.
the 2 things in your hand turn into cards. They turn into playing cards. Do you happen to have a deck of cards nearby? If not, I can grab one.
Oh no.
I could get one in fairly short order.
Yeah, I usually do, and I can't reach one right now.
I have one right here.
Cool. Perfect. Hey, those are the Blue Dragon set. I like those. Go ahead and do me a favor. Mix them
you
up
got it out of date? Okay.
and pull out 2 cards for me, please. One to be each card that he has in his hands.
Thanks, Kayla.
Is 10 of clubs
10 of clubs.
and an ace of spades.
All right. 10 of clubs.
Did you say ace of spades?
Ace of spades.
All right. So ace of spades, I do
For
see.
Christ's sake.
Pull out. We'll say that. Pull out another card.
Man alive. Not my night tonight.
I'm looking for a
clubs.
2 or jack. Ace of. You got an ace of clubs?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
So you look at these 2 cards, and for a moment you see an ace of spades, and you see an ace of clubs. The ace of spades turns into a Don Juan of sorts. And the ace of clubs turns into this thing that looks like talons. So, you also feel a little bit of weight in your pocket as you have something new that seems to appear. You guys see this momentary transition of these cards. And let me see. What does talons do? Because The other one's really interesting.
Take the sword and the scimitar off my equipment list now. That was handy.
Okay, so we're gonna make this take effect here. So every single magic item that you have on you, anything that is imbibed with any kind of magic whatsoever, is now lost to you.
By lost, you mean gone?
It is no longer on
Or
you.
just no longer magic.
It is no longer on you.
Okay. I only had one item.
Uh-huh. And
Earring of Whispers. is
and you find yourself in a locked room.
Oh, awesome.
Oh.
Is the rest?
Okay,
is the rest
hold
of
on.
my
Oh,
gear
no,
hidden?
it gets really interesting because I have to combine these two. So every item that is magical, so the earring has been moved to somewhere else. Everything else you had on you is where you were last standing. You find yourself without anything where I have placed you on the map.
So we have a naked dragonborn.
You guys just see his
No, we
clothes
have all
and
his stuff.
you see his clothes and armor just fall to the ground.
And is there a door in this room?
You will be able to look for one shortly.
Oh, is it this? We've never seen him do this. I know we've seen him turn into a little statue, but that statue usually
I will
has
say,
everything on it.
in your hands, you are left with one thing. That weight that you fell in your pocket for a split second is now in your hands. Go ahead and add the deck of several things to your inventory, please.
Several things.
Several.
And
I'll
for
just
all
keep
intents
drawing
and
cards.
purposes, anytime that it refers to the monastery, it is the current dungeon you are in.
Okay, deck of several things. I'll find it and add it.
I guess we pick up his clothes and armor and his effects and place it into the bag of holding.
But where
Yeah.
did he go?
I'll even say you guys are
Okay,
trying to
fine.
reach out to him using the earring of whispers, and you're getting nothing. Would anybody want to
Yeah,
shout?
this-
And would anybody want to shout into the earring of whispers? Would you be like, Susus?
I don't think I am.
I'll give you this.
By having this Cranio, do I know how it works?
You've seen writings of this particular deck in text before. You hear your voices coming from behind this door where I just moved your little globule to. As you're like trying to call, yeah, as you guys are trying to call out to him.
I'll try to move around the room a little bit at least.
Go for it.
Yeah, okay. So, and there's a door over here.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's locked.
Okay. All right. So let me read this. So 2 cards are gone.
Yep.
Any card. Okay. So and I have to decide how many cards I'm going to draw.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
I'm gonna before I decide that I'm gonna stop and make a prayer to the Morning Lord.
Okay. Feel
I'm gonna
free.
close my eyes and I'm gonna kneel. I'm gonna say, I need your guidance right now. I don't even know how many of these blasted cards I need to draw.
Roll a d6.
2. What's that?
Roll a d6.
2 feels right to me. 6.
Okay. That's the number that you keep hearing with a chuckle, like, it's been a long time since somebody has prayed to me naked.
Okay then. 6 it is. I trust in your light and your guidance.
This
I'll
could
stand
go
back up.
horribly.
Yeah, I know. I stand up and draw the first card.
Okay.
So, Kayla, you have to draw me a card.
Okay.
Pretty please.
There's only twos, jokers, jacks, and better in this deck, if that helps.
Right.
6 of clubs.
Ace of clubs. Pull the 6 of clubs.
That
Pull
was
it.
already out.
No, the 6. There's no 6. So go ahead and pull another one.
Ace of clubs.
That was already out.
Ace of clubs has already been used.
Alright.
Queen of
Queen of clubs.
Queen of clubs. Okay.
Flames.
Flames. Oh. Okay.
Oh my lord.
So I have to add something to the map. Again, it's all in reference to where we are now.
Yes. Sure.
Yep. So I have to
Good,
add
nice.
something to the map. Thank you. Thank you. I like adding new NPCs. It makes me happy.
Golly.
Okay, that's one.
Let me know if I need to pull any more.
Go ahead. He's pulling 6. So
Yeah, and I have
Oh
to
my gosh.
pull them within an hour, like consecutively, successively, however you want to say that. Like if I pull one, yeah, if you fail to draw the chosen number, the remaining number fly from the deck on their own and take effect all at once. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the next one.
That is 9 of hearts.
draw another one.
The 7 of hearts.
Draw another.
Make sure these are actually mixed up properly.
Yeah, it's just twos, jacks, aces, queens and ups. Queens and up.
9 of clubs.
Nope.
And nines.
4 of clubs.
Nope.
3 of clubs.
Nope.
7 of diamonds.
Nope.
10 of spades.
Nope.
Jack of clubs.
Jack of clubs.
Could I please draw darker cards? Is there any chance we could get any more dark
Oh, this
cards?
is a knight. That's okay, right? That's a good thing, right? Awesome.
This is skull.
No.
Oh.
So I'm gonna call this. It was a knight, right? Or was it a skull?
It's skull.
Oh.
Not good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
No.
Okay.
I set it on top of the trash can in the garage.
I'm gonna use this.
So this is so what cards have been pulled already?
Ace of spades, ace of clubs, queen of clubs, jack of clubs.
Or which one's from the effects of the the deck of several
Well,
things?
You're not there, so you don't even know this is happening.
We're gonna have to pause there because you're gonna get attacked.
Yes. Yes,
All
I
right.
am.
So what is the rest of the party doing?
I guess walking out of the room and trying to figure out where Cirrus went.
I put one of the little lights over here. You could hear your voices coming through the earring of whispers through this door.
I guess make our way over to the store.
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative, Cirrus.
Okay.
Is it unlocked?
Give me investigation check.
Man alive. I am snake bit tonight.
19.
Every dice roll.
It does not appear to be locked.
I mean, I guess if Circe is essentially back there, I'm just gonna open it. and go
Okay.
through.
Door opens with ease. What was your initiative, Circe?
Oh boy.
I rolled a 1, so 3.
Okay.
I am snake bit hard tonight. Dice, everything just terrible.
All right. So the Bone Naga that you summoned is going to charge at you. I'll give you a chance to do dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Use dissonant whispers.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm just going to have to because it's clearly not going to roll well. So I'll try dissonant whisper.
All right. You guys find a hallway
Actually, no,
that
I'm not. I'm going to save that till I absolutely need it, which will be momentarily.
that bends back to the north.
Save is a 13.
13, just enough. You dodge out of the way, and the Bone Naga bursts through the door. You guys hear a loud crash to your south.
So it'll be down by where I'm standing.
South. You will be able to hear it from where you are standing. Yeah, directly south, down that hallway.
Then I will turn
Hey,
around.
Cranio, before we go any further, call timeout. Have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do I fully know what I'm dealing with? Do I know what this magic item is telling me in D&D Beyond? That matters.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Because that matters. Have you read that fully?
I have.
Okay, because this is probably the end of this character.
We'll see.
So I'm going to yell. Well, no, I'm not, because I don't know what's on the other side of the door. But I'm going to follow this thing.
All right. You can punch it.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 attacks.
Go for it.
Let's see, unarmed strike. Let me get this up. Doesn't show it. Awesome. Strength bonus. That's a 12 and a 14. There's an arm strike.
Both you feel that the second one kind of connect, but it doesn't really have any major effect on it.
Yeah.
And you guys hear a fight ensuing down to the south.
Guess
We
I'll
better.
start. Yeah, we better go check that out.
Oh right, run towards the sound. That's what I meant.
If you're running towards, everybody else roll initiative for me, please. All right, Circe, it is going to reach out to attack you again.
Yep.
Un momento, por favor.
What is naked AC 11?
10 plus your dex, yeah.
Okay.
Plus your dex.
Right.
Come on, stop. Alright, so I got.
All right, I need to adjust this a little bit to make it actually be the stats of a Bone Naga. 1 second. What were your attacks?
A 9
Was one of them a 14?
and a 14.
Okay, that 14 hit.
Okay, so what is that? D4?
Yeah. D4
1.
plus your strength modifier. What's your strength?
Fuck you, dice. My golly. 4.
All right.
Jeez. Actually, it's just 1 plus your strength. 4.
4.
It's not a die roll according to my D&D Beyond sheet.
Oh yeah.
It's just 1 plus
All
your
right.
strength.
So you hit it. That's good. That's good. It is going to attempt to cast Hold Persons on you.
Cast do what? Whole person?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a
Wisdom save. Yep.
Wisdom save for me. I don't know if that'll be enough. 15.
15.
I mean, Bone
You've-
Naga. Yeeks.
Well, you feel the presence start to invade your mind. You feel your body starting to go rigid and taut, and you just kind of like, not today, motherfucker, and you shake it off.
Okay.
All right. With that, you guys are starting around the corner. What was your initiative?
23.
Let's do 25 to
And a
20.
9.
25 to 20 was
23.
I also had a 23.
all right. All right. 15 to 20.
15 for oddity.
All right. And what was yours, Calder?
I got a 9.
All right. You guys are able to round the corner. You see Circe's naked as the day that he was hatched. And on the other side of him, you see a huge bone naga that has just tried to do something and is coiled and ready to attack. You guys have one round of surprise.
Do I see or hear them?
You see that, well, you hear them behind you.
All right. So can I turn and speak to them?
Not right now. After the surprise round, you can. I'm going to say you guys are all within 30 feet.
Oh, baby. You know where I'm going with that, right, Cranium?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to be on the record as having tried.
I know. Start your surprise round. Rogelio and Deluge, you're up.
You want to go first?
Please be my guest.
All right. I'm going to raise both of my arms and shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Go for it.
Let's see. That's going to be a 20.
That's a hit.
Nice. Let's see here. And that's going to be 3 damage for the first one and 3 damage for the second.
Noted. All right, Rogelio.
I gotta pass by them and come up here next to Circe and attack this guy. My main hand is it's a
Thank you for that rate, Gidge.
22.
22 is a hit.
Yep. For so 7, and I'm going to sneak attack. It's 10. It's a total of 20 damage.
20 damage, noted.
And then on my offhand, I will swing at it again.
It's looking rough.
For 16.
16 is a hit.
7 more damage.
All right. Calder Deluge. I'm sorry, Calder and Oddity. It's looking real rough.
Yes, I'm going to pull out my light crossbow, which I'm going to take a ranged crossbow attack at it.
Okay.
This is going to be +6 to hit. That's going to be a 24.
24 hits.
Yes. That's going to be 8 points of piercing.
All right, noted. Oddity.
And that's my turn. That's
I am going to cast I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Go for it.
That is 18.
18's a hit.
18 points of damage.
With that firebolt, you see the bone shatter as the bone naga falls as a crumpled mass before Rogelio and Circe. The bolt from the crossbow falling to the floor, the singed bone from the attacks falling to the ground. And off in the distance, you hear some roars, if you will.
Yeah, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
I guess we could speak to Circe now. We can see him, and
Yeah, you certainly can.
so I guess I guess we start pulling out all of his effects out of the bag of holding.
Yeah, you need to prepare for battle. There will be one more of each of the. He's clearly shaken. There'll be more of these coming. One for each of you. Now that you join the fight, you have drawn one to each of you, and I will obviously help you slay these. It's a function of this deck of things, and I'll hold my deck in my hand.
Thank you for clarifying.
I play a lot of Magic. I play a lot of Magic the Gathering.
For those playing along at home, what was summoned was a bone naga that also happens to be an avatar of death. If anybody helps the person who the avatar of death is attacking, they will summon their own avatars of death. If anybody dies to the avatar of death, they cannot be recovered.
Yeah, and I'm kind of trying to explain that while I'm donning my armor gear. My apologies. I should clearly have not have picked up these weapons. Not my day. My
Yeah,
apologies.
Circe, you didn't know that, so it's all
We'll
good.
fight them together.
Circe, will this potentially make another one summon to attack you, though?
That's not how I'm going to play it. That's not how I'm going to play it.
I suppose we could just do this the rest of the night. Yes.
And by the way,
Cycle.
thanks to a amazing person who has gifted 5 subs, you guys now have 11 dissonant whispers.
Oh wow.
Stocking up.
Nice.
Thank you, Chancellor.
Man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
You're on my Christmas list, brother. I was shitting because when I was in that room by myself, I'm like, this is it. Seriously, this is done. There's no way I can take this thing down by myself barehanded.
Alright, so I guess
We should get out of
Calder's,
this hallway so that we can fight properly.
Where were the roars coming from?
Back from the main room.
Oh lord.
Oh, boy.
Alright. This will be
Shall we?
easy, guys. Come on. You killed
Shall
a
we get out?
dragon.
You can
Shall we get out where we can fight?
let's do this, because I can do this all day.
I'm gonna lay on hands for my remaining 15.
Okay.
'cause I'm
Remember
down.
to don or doff your armor, by the way. We'll take 5 minutes.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that, laying on hands. I will be there momentarily when I'm ready. So I'm gonna let them go through their thing.
5 minutes is like
Forward with Calder.
40 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna grab my halberd
Okay.
and dash. into
I will
battle.
say I will let you spend
Great.
one action to put on one form of armor, like your chest plate or something like that, to
Put
raise your
pants
AC.
on, please.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put my pants on.
No, you can spend one action to put on your chest plate, and I'll give you. What's your AC right now? 10.
Yeah.
I'll
12
give
with
12.
that.
I'll give you an AC of 14 if you put your breastplate on.
Okay. And I'm gonna
Okay,
lay on
am I gonna be the only one that says it? Am I gonna be the only one that calls attention to it? Seriously has a nice butt. I'm just gonna say it.
That's.
Thank you.
We
Yeah,
can
man.
discuss this more.
So as you guys
Time.
start to turn and head up, you can start to see a mess of bone nagas starting to crowd down to the hallway. Each one of them has a name glowing on their chest.
Awesome.
The one at the end of the hallway, you can see Rogelio.
This one?
Yep, the one that's rad. Actually, can you guys see those names? Did I turn that on?
No.
Yeah. You can't?
I don't see a name.
Gotta zoom in, probably.
I'm zoomed in pretty far.
Yeah, I can't see any names.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
We will do this then. Just that way you guys... I'll keep track. I've got them labeled. I've got Rad, Cad, Odad, and Dad.
Can you put a colored dot on each of them?
Yeah, I can do that. Rogelio is red. Calder is blue. Oddity, you will be green. And Deluge, you will be orange.
All right.
Alright, let's.
We're on the initiative, aren't we?
You are in initiative. We'll start at the top of the order. Surprise rounds negated because your actions summoned them, so they know that you exist. Rogelio and Deluge, you are up first. I've re-rolled their initiative. If you would like to re-roll initiative, now's the time, but you must take what you have.
I will stick
Yeah,
with my 20.
fine, thanks.
That's a lot better for me. I'm gonna get. I re-rolled it. I have an 18.
18. I will adjust that shortly. Sirius, would you like to re-roll initiative?
I would. I have a 10.
Hey, it's better. All right. Rogelio and Deluge, you are up first.
Sorry, y'all.
I'm just gonna move into the one that has my name
Yep.
and attack it.
Go for it.
I'm gonna use one of the whispers. So that is that's a 23.
I'll let that hit.
Thank you. That's 5, and I'll sneak attack. It's 12 damage. Offhand. 16.
That's a hit.
7 more damage.
Noted.
And that's me.
All right. Deluge.
Alright, so for my bonus action, I'm gonna move each of my lights to one of the Nagas and right up in its face in an attempt to blind them.
Okay.
No, that's me. That's not my lights. So I don't know if that's gonna work at all, but it's gonna try.
Give me a... Just roll a d20.
Okay. That's a natural one, so...
They think they're pretty.
Well, that's good.
At the top of each of your turns, roll another d20, and just let me know the result. Just let me know that it's for the blinding. Okay?
Gotcha.
All right. So continue on.
Is anyone counting down the frog?
Oh, yeah, that's a good call. Because you guys are still in initiative. So we'll start it from now. So 1, this is round 2. I've got a d12 out.
Oh, right. The frog!
How many agents of chaos can we get on this stream at one time?
Oh, there's about to be a whole bunch more.
I got 4 more yet because I got to draw 4 more cards.
This is
And
true.
So far, the first 4 have been like the worst cards in the deck, I think. So maybe it's time for an uptick.
There's some good ones in there.
Oh man, I could use them.
I'm gonna... let's see. I'm gonna shoot 2 more Eldritch Blast at Oddities. No,
Okay.
so that's That's gonna be a 20.
That's a hit.
All right, let's see. The first one does 7 damage. The second one does 9
Noted.
And that's my turn.
All right. We are now to Calder.
All right, so Calder's gonna obviously he's stowed his crossbow back and he's drawn out his 2 axes. He is going to come up, running around everybody, and he is going to go right there. He is going, as my action, I am going to cast Green Flame Blade on my 1 axe. And I'm going to use a Dissonant Whisper to give myself advantage on that swing. I'm going to attack the red Bone Naga.
Okay.
It's going to be a... It's going to be a 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
Alright, so a Green Flame Blade. The 1 Naga. Okay. The Naga in front of me takes... It's going to take 19 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then since this Naga here is, I would assume, within 5 feet of this one.
No. These are 10-foot squares. The little squares are 10 feet, so...
So I thought they were filling the... I guess they're not filling the whole squares. They're not taking the...
No, they're not.
Alright. Then, that is my... Actually, no, so my bonus action. I'm going to take 1 more swing.
All right.
That is going to be a 18.
18 hits.
And that's going to be... This could be 6 points of slashing damage on the red one.
Noted. It's looking super rough. We are now to Oddity.
Okay. I am going to have to recently get sorcery points. Okay. I am going to cast Tidal Wave.
Okay.
Idy's gonna stamp her foot and push her hands, and everybody's going to smell salt water.
Yeah, I love that smell.
I am going to crash a tidal wave down on... I can't see it at the mouth. I am trying to get it to hit the green, the blue, and the orange knot. Kind of sweep them down. But they need to make a save.
And that originates from you, right?
It doesn't say. Let me paste it. If I have to, I'll use sorcery points to make sure everybody passes their...
Yeah, read up on that. Let's go ahead and... What's my AC? Or what's my,
15.
15, and that's a dex?
Yep.
Alright, for green. Dex is a 18. For orange, Dex is a 9, so it's a fail. For blue, it is a 19.
So they are going to take... And that is 7 and 7 is 14, 2, and 18 points of
Thunder
force
damage? Or force damage if they failed. If they passed, is it halved?
Yeah. And they're knocked prone.
Alright. right. They will use half of their movement to stand up. It is the Naga's turn. All right, let's see what happens here. So, all four of them can see their intended targets. So each of them is going to launch a third level lightning bolt at you.
Woohoo!
So I need dex saves from all four of you.
I am going to, as my reaction, can't use burn my last spell slot to cast absorb elements on myself. So
Nice.
basically, that gives me resistance to. The triggering damage is gonna be lightning, so I'm gonna get resistance to lightning. And so,
Okay.
And you said a dex.
Yep, dex save.
That's gonna be a 6 for Calder.
I have a 19.
19 passes, 6 fails.
So is that half?
15.
19 would be half, yeah.
Dex save, dex save.
And then I have lightning resistance, so I get half of half.
Yep. What was yours, Oddity?
17.
17, you pass. And Deluge?
Mine was a
Well, seriously, so you're not being targeted.
Oh, I thought everybody was.
No, it's just the
your
4.
Nog is dead.
Yeah, your Naga's dead.
And I haven't attacked yet. But I made my mistake. And I'm resistant. I just want to point that out.
What was the damage?
Hey man,
I'm getting ready to roll it because it's 8d6.
first thing to go right here.
Oh, I got a 10.
10 fails. What was yours,
Wait.
Audit?
17.
Or what was yours,
Did
Deluge?
15 fail?
No, 15
15.
pass.
Oh, thank God.
All right. Total damage. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25.
So that's what 13 since I have resistance.
Yep.
That definitely hurts.
Yeah, if you took the full damage, it's 25. If you have resistance or you passed, it's 13. If you passed and have resistance, then it's 6.
Fuck.
And for their lair action, and so that counts. They count as 4 actions, by the way. So we are at move number 8. And now we are to
Frank.
Circe.
Okay, I'm gonna advance to the closest one. Do any of these look more ragged than the other?
The red one. But remember your movement speed.
These are 5 or 10 foot squares.
10 foot.
5, 10, excuse me, 10, 20. Okay, 10, 20, 30. So I can be in the square and do nothing. Cool.
You also have your action to put on your armor. So that's what you could probably do as you were running.
Okay.
Your chest plate, so your AC is now 14.
All right. See you next round, y'all.
All right, we are at 9. Did I miss anybody? My notes are all jumbled. Oddity, you went right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna rewrite my notes as we go through. So Rogelio, Deluge, we're back to top of the order.
You want to go Rogelio or shall I?
I'll go. I have not a lot to do. Except for die. 18 on my first attack.
That's a hit.
4 plus sneak attack. So 9, 10, 11.
All right, on your first attack, you attack the red one, the one that has your name, obviously.
Yes.
You slice through the center part of the bone naga, splitting the chest cavity, explodes with bone shards flying everywhere, and you hear a loud hiss as it falls to the ground. You feel as though a weight has been lifted off of your soul with the death of this one.
Oh, well, let's see what happens with the rest of them. And I kind of spin around Calder, and with my other blade, sink it into the green one.
All right.
So that is 18.
18 hits.
6 damage.
Noted. It's looking rough.
Okay, I'm gonna try and blind these guys.
You want to, yep, give me a d20 roll.
18.
18. They are going to have disadvantage on any melee attacks for their next round. Or anything that requires their sight. Does that make sense?
Yes. Awesome. So let's see. I'm gonna look at oddities again, and I'm going. What can I do? What fun stuff am I gonna? I'm gonna mind sliver on.
Go for it.
So it needs to make me an intelligence save of 14.
Natural 20.
Okay. Then it just takes 1d6 psychic damage.
Okay.
I think.
And even with the modifier, it would have been above a 14. So.
Oh, jeez. Okay, duly noted. It just takes 6 damage,
Okay.
and that's all I'm gonna do.
All right. Oddity, you are up.
Doesn't Calder go in front of me?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, Calder. Sorry, I skipped a line. I just rewrote it too. Let me do a bunch of X's. Get rid of this messed up chart. There we go. All right, Calder, you're up.
That's it. I am going to basically just swing away at the Naga that's in front of me there. So I'm gonna attack. Basically, I'm gonna use my bonus action. So I'm gonna just swing 3 times. Does a 21 hit?
Barely, yes.
Alright, so that's going to be the only one that hits. And so that's going to be a D8. And then because of green absorb elements, I get to add 1d6 lightning damage to this melee attack.
Okay.
So it's going to be 8 points of slashing damage and 6 points of lightning damage into the oddities Naga there.
It bursts from the power of the strike right to its skull. The skull is split in twain, and the crumpled mass of bone falls at your feet. You still have your your action and your bonus action left.
Yeah. No, that was my action and my bonus action, and so
Okay.
I'm going to move, I guess, 10, 20.
Here, let me move this out of the
30.
way for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up to my Naga, and it'll be like, "Hello, beastie."
Bone piles.
And that's my turn.
With that, as we get ready for Oddity to go, Deluge, from deep within your pockets, you hear the croaking of a frog.
Oh no.
Frank, you're back. You got a roll.
What do I roll?
You
What
roll
do I do?
hold on, I got pulled up too.
Okay, I gotta roll a d20. No, I roll
A
wait,
D6, I believe. We're looking for even or odd.
Alright. D6. It's a 1.
It's a 1?
I have to roll a D.
Yep, roll a d20.
Okay. What does it do? Oh my god, what does it do? What did I roll?
Just tell me. Just tell me, and I'll tell you. I got it up.
It's a 17.
17, normally such a good number. However, with this one, you guys hear the croaking and it echoes, and you guys all kind of tense up because you're getting used to this what the fuck is going to happenness of this jeweled frog of chaos. And from Deluge, in a circle around her, the tidal wave spell is cast.
Copy
I'm
my
so
shit.
sorry.
What I do?
All right, so that would be 30 feet. Let's go.
That's just what Oddity and Circe, maybe Rahelia.
Well, Oddity doesn't have any effect from it, so it's 30 feet from her. So yeah,
Is this all
that's
directions.
yep. It's in all directions. Is how this one works.
Is it dex save?
It is a dex save against her DC.
Okay.
What's your spell save DC?
My DC is. Hold on, let me.
Yikes.
My DC is 14.
I have a 21.
Okay.
16.
18. 3 is 21.
And what was yours, Deluge? Oh no,
Wait, I
no,
thought
not
it
you.
said-
No, Oddity. What was yours? Sorry.
16.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 4d8. None of you are knocked prone, but you all will take half of this damage.
4d8. Oh my god. Okay, it's
And how much did you say?
14. So you guys take.
7.
Okay.
I rolled a few ones. I'm very happy.
Chaos frog.
All right. So that's the Jewel Frog of Chaos. We are now at step 1, and with that, we are able to move on. Oddity.
I am going to cast Chaos Boat at the orange one with my name on it.
Go for it.
No, the green one was the one with you.
The one
Yeah,
with my name on it.
the one with your name on it's dead.
My name on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saved you. We killed.
Yeah, I should have told you that you feel a burden lifted off of your soul.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going after the one that's closest to me then.
Alrighty.
That'll be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is a dirty hit.
Okay. So, how do I roll these again? 2d8. D6. Cross damage. Oh, that is 12 points of frost damage.
12 points. And which one are you going against? Blue or orange?
Whichever one is closer.
You're around the corner, so it would be probably orange. And noted.
That's it for me.
All right. So they are at disadvantage on any melee attacks for this round. This one is going to move up here. That one's going to stay right where it is. And let's roll the dice and see what they do.
I think they nap.
You know, nap's a good idea. I'm a big fan of naps. So they're both casting sleep.
No, they nap.
Let's see.
So how's sleep work again?
I roll hit points, and I start from the bottom and work my way up, and all creatures within 20 feet of both of them are affected by sleep, not once, but twice. So it's essentially going to give me a free round.
What's it? You have to roll
8,
over
15, 16, 17, 25, 26, 29, 31. 31 is my HP. So starting from the bottom, working my way up. If let me double check.
I only have 6 hit points.
No, it's off of your lowest
So you only
current. So you are asleep, Rogelio.
You only have 6 hit points?
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna kick the crap
So
out of
that's 6. So that leaves me 29. Where are you at, Deluge?
Slowest
I have
I have
18.
25, so
18. Anybody lower than 18?
I have 12.
Oddity is asleep. So that leaves me 22. Was that 13? Anybody up still have less than 13 or less?
nope.
All right. That is the end of my round. That counts as 4. That puts us at number 6 on the die for Circe's round.
Okay.
You watch as Rogelio and Oddity just slowly kind of like go to the ground and curl up and just start to snore.
I'm going to take 2 swings on the orange naga with my halberd. Okay. Does 17 hit?
17 hits.
And does 14 hit?
14 barely hits. That is the minimum.
Okay. So total of 9 and 7 is what, 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Total of 16 slashing from 2 halberd strikes to the chest.
Looking super rough.
Good. And that's what I got right there. That's what I'm going to do.
Rogelio is asleep. So that puts us at 7, 8. That means we are to Deluge. And you guys know about the sleep spell. So you know that if you were to smack them or whatever, they would wake up. So if Deluge, if you wanted to take your action to wake up Rogelio, you could. Or Oddity.
I still have a Naga that wants me dead, and that if
You do
I
you.
die to it.
Listen, I'm
I'm
asleep.
just-
I don't know what you're doing anyway.
Alright, I'm doing Eldritch Blast again on this orange Naga.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast. It's gonna be an 18.
18's a hit.
And it's gonna be, let's see. 11 total damage.
Noted. Its bones are shaky, but it's still up.
Damn. That's my turn. That's all I.
All right.
Oh, wait, I gotta roll a d20 to continue
Yeah.
to blind.
Yep.
I don't think a 1's gonna blind him.
No, it is not. All right. Calder.
Alright, so I'm gonna start off. I am going to use my bonus action to take a second wind, and that will get me 9 points of health back.
Do you have a
And
second wind? You used one during the last fight with the dragon. You haven't had a long rest.
Did I use the second one?
You did.
Nah, second wind comes back on a short rest.
Short rest. Okay, go for it.
It's, Alright, so got 9 points of health back, so I'm going to attack my Naga twice. That is going to be a 22 and a natural 20.
Fantastic. Roll them up.
Alright, so I'll do the 22 first. That's going to be 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the natural 20, how are we doing natural 20s again?
Double your roll.
Just double the roll. Alright, natural 20 is going to be 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Is it still up?
Yep.
I am going to action surge. I'm going to action surge. And I'm going to, both my attacks, I'm going to into my Naga there. That's going to be a 14 and another natural 20.
Both hit.
Wow.
So that's going to be 14. It's going to be 7 points of slashing for the natural 20. Oh my, that's 2. It's good. I rolled 1, so that's going to be 2. That's going to be 6 points of slashing damage on that one.
With the natural 20, you are able to split the spine of the bone naga into many pieces, and it falls to the ground before you. You feel a weight lifted off of your soul. 1 naga remains. We are at step number 9 on the frog, moving on to 10. And it's the nagas. You still have 1 thing left, I think.
Yeah, I got just my movement. I'm just going to move up to here to get ready to maybe kick Rahelia awake.
Did
All
the
right.
frog move to someone new?
Nope. Not unless it says to. Oddity, you are still asleep. So that's 10. It's now the naga's turn for step 11. All right, let's see. What does the naga want to do this time? All right, so it sees you, Deluge. It knows it's your target. It is just going to attempt to bite you.
Okay.
Okay. That is a 17 on the die, which makes it a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so you take 10 piercing damage,
Mm-hmm.
and you also take 10 poison damage.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that happened to me. Shit.
Whew. Owie.
With that,
The frog.
the frog croaks from deep within your pocket. Roll a d6.
Got in its pockets is.
Okay. Rolling a d6. It's a 1.
Oh, god damn it. Roll a d20.
Oh, jeez.
Misfortune's glory.
Oh,
Living
it's
up
good.
from-
It's good, you guys.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4.
All party members within 60 feet have their AC increased by 2 for 2 rounds.
Nice.
Take it. Take it.
And we're back to step 1 on the frog. As the Naga's turn is over, now we are to Circe.
Okay, I'm gonna take 2 swings at the orange bone naga that I'm right in front of with my halberd. There's a 18 and an 18.
Both hit.
11 plus 6, 17. slashing.
As you come down with your halberd, on the second swing, somewhat vindicated, your nearly fully naked dragonborn friend lets out a deep yolt as the bone naga shatters to pieces and falls to the ground. You are no longer in initiative. Oddity and Rogelio, you awaken from your slumber, feeling quite rested, but not well rested. Not enough to gain any hit points back. And as you wake up, and you all breathe that sigh of relief, from this door, right here, you hear the faint cry, "Is somebody gonna fucking help me?" And with that, we are going to end for the evening.
Okay. Fuck. Oh, it's probably the queen. She's probably.
Oh, do we want to deal with those 4 cards before we call it?
Yeah,
Well,
yes,
they could totally create another 2 hours of stuff.
They could.
We can, yeah, we can hold on that. That's fine. I got a note here to draw for
Okay.
within an hour. You know, the next one has to be drawn within an hour.
Yep.
So we need to be smart about, or I need to be smart about how we time that out. It's been what, about 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Something like that, yeah. And maybe find a way to where you don't have to pull any more cards. I don't know.
Well, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
I'm sure the DM works in things like that. With
No,
that,
never happens.
with that, we're gonna call it for the night. We're gonna go ahead and get this up on YouTube by Tuesday afternoon. Do you guys want to pitch anything out there before we call it?
Make good choices. Don't pick up strange frogs.
Wash your
My
hands.
frog barely did anything in this scenario.
Don't pick up Dragon Horde. Apparently,
Well, I mean, I picked up the thing and it's totally fine.
totally fine.
You picked up the ominous gem in the middle.
Yeah,
of
and I pick up a nondescript scimitar and sword.
And then
That
you
deck
wound
is
up
badass.
naked. I think we're all winners here.
That deck is badass. I got a bad thing going on in the background with that deck now.
You do. You
Yes, I
do. You absolutely do.
Yeah. We'll deal with that another day, I'm sure.
All right. All right. Thank you, everybody, for the bits, the subs, the resubs, the
Yeah.
follows. You are helping this group out a lot with those Dissident Whispers. We look to see you again sometime soon. Just stay tuned. And we're going to launch a raid. Thank you so much for being here. Much love to you all. See you next time.
Good night.
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Yes, wash your hands.